Onto the stage we have Taufik WIradarmo on your left hand side, battling against Fadli Putera, the defending champion from PKMN-id Trainer Circuit 2018.
And as we can see here, Taufik is. Oh yeah. And okay, and both players here are very accomplished. As I've mentioned before, Taufik have many international achievements before. And usually Taufik prefers a rather bulky offensive team or bulky setup team. And with Fadli's team, Fadli usually brings either a very good balanced team or maybe a hyper offense team, as we see in the last tournament, or
with the hyper offense of the last time he uses Metagross with the Psychium Z and also the Tapu Lele Psychic Terrain can easily pick up a one-hit KO onto almost any Pokemon in the format. Okay, so let's get on to the teams. On your left hand side, we have Taufik WIradarmo bringing Tapu Fini, Porygon 2, Meowstic, Mawile, Incineroar, and also Snorlax. On your right hand side, Fadli Putera is bringing Charizard, Tapu Koko, Raichu, Smeargle. Smeargle is a interesting choice. We have Azumarill and also Landorus Tyrion.
Yeah, here in Taufik's team, this is like Taufik's signature team. Rather bulky setup team with Porygon and Meowstic being able to set up the support in form of Trick Room, and Meowstic is able to set up screens, as we can see on his previous plays. And for the attackers, we have Mawile, we have Snorlax here to be the physical attackers. And Fadli's team looks pretty straightforward Sun team with the Charizard. Maybe it's a Charizard Y or maybe even Charizard X, we don't know. With Smeargle there, this opens the possibility of being able to set up, because Smeargle have Spore and Follow Me to support its partner.
And so please give a round of applause to Taufik and Fadli in the Swiss first round of best of 3 games in PKMN-id Trainer Circuit 2018 powered by Tokopedia. We see the Porygon attack rose. The leads from Taufik is Meowstic and also Porygon 2, while Fadli is bringing Azumarill and also Fake Out Raichu in the beginning of the game.
Okay, and right here, Raichu has the support of Fake Out. As you can see, Fake Out going into Meowstic to prevent setting up of maybe screens, reflect or light screen.
Or even its own Fake Out.
Or yeah, or maybe its own Fake Out. And here we see Azumarill using its belly drum to increase its attack by 4 stage. And Citrus Berry returning its health to 75%. Return hit from Porygon due to the increased attack stat from Azumarill on the previous turn. Being able to deal quite a lot of damage to Azumarill, around 30% of health. And here, Azumarill with its +4 is able to deal a lot of damage to either Meowstic. Maybe it's able to pick up the KO on Meowstic, since Meowstic is not that bulky. Or maybe it wants to opt to Fling.
Okay, Raichu is using a Kingsword, flinching the Porygon 2 right now, making and the Meowstic uses Side Shock right now, going to double target, and Azumarill does not pick up the KO. Azumarill uses Frustration and goes to pick up the KO to Meowstic, while Porygon 2 will be flinched in this turn.
This is
amazing turn by Fadli.
Yeah, this is very interesting because it's rare to see that Raichu brings a Kingstalk and Fling. Because here, on the first turn, Raichu can Fake Out the enemy to flinch it, and then on the second turn, it can Fling to flinch the enemy when necessary. And here we see Misty Surge coming in. Probably Taufik wants to block maybe Aqua Jet from dealing a lot of damage, but here with Azumarill on +4, it can still deal a lot of damage to Tapu Fini if it doesn't outspeed.
Okay, right now Raichu uses Encore onto the Porygon 2, and Tapu Fini uses Moonblast going onto that Azumarill and picks up the KO. And I think Azumarill have done quite its job here.
Yeah,
bringing the Porygon 2 the damage to a lot of damage, and that's a lot of damage as well with the
Aqua
+1 return from the Porygon 2 to the Raichu, 75% damage. But right now it's going to be neutralized by the Intimidate of Landorus Tyrion, which has just gone in.
And as we see, Landorus here replaces Azumarill. Here, Landorus is, we don't know the set yet, But if Landorus uses Earthquake, it is very risky for Raichu, except if Landorus is not Scarf, of course. Here, maybe Fadli wants to pick up the KO on Tapu Fini quickly, because Tapu Fini it's quite risky to send out Landorus in front of Tapu Fini due to maybe we have Waterium, or Muddy Water can still deal quite some damage, or maybe to pick up the KO on Porygon to prevent Taufik from setting up the Trick Room here.
Yes, and I think right now Raichu is the fastest Pokemon in the game. Landorus is going to be a bit fast as well. The Encore once more onto the Tapu Fini, and Tapu Fini is going to be locked onto that Moonblast, but I don't think it's going to, and the Tapu Fini avoided that side. Will there be a flinch here onto the Porygon too? It's going to be huge. The Moonblast is going to pass through because it's avoiding the Rock Slide, going to hit that Landorus. A huge amount of damage, no flinches, return to the Raichu and picks up the KO right now. And so Taufik is in a really good position to take this game 1.
Yeah, right here with the Porygon still locked into the return, and Fini is still locked into Moonblast. Here maybe Fadli wants to set up Landorus if it have a setup move, since we can see Fadli sends out the Smeargle.
Yeah, Smeargle turns out to be one of the Pokemon that uses a lot of sets, helping its opponent. And right now, he uses a Baneful Bunker. Okay, so Protector is and Landorus using the Earthquake, going to deal a lot of damage onto these two Pokemons. Probably is going to picking up the KO onto the Porygon 2 as we predicted, doing some damage onto the Volcane Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini uses Moonblast onto the Protected Baneful Bunker of Smeargle.
Yeah, okay, as we can see here, Taufik sends out his Snorlax, but without the Trick Room support, maybe it's quite hard for Snorlax to be able to to deal a lot of damage without taking a lot of damage first from Landorus here. And Smeargle, which might brings Focus Sash, maybe can bring some more helpful move like Helping Hand or maybe Follow Me to help with the Landorus to deal a lot of damage. Okay, as you can hear, Follow Me to redirect the attack from Moonblast Tapu Fini.
But the Z move is coming in from the Landorus, going for that Tectonic Rage.
Yeah, Tectonic Rage
here. It will be really huge if it's going to the Tapu Fini.
Yeah. Let's see.
We'll see the predict is correct. Going to the Tapu Fini, setting out to the center of the earth with a huge blast from the Unintimidated, going to pick up the kill onto the Tapu Fini, and that Protect.
A good read from Fadli, because he knew maybe Snorlax wouldn't attack directly on this turn.
Yes, and Smeargle is still standing strong.
And Smeargle, with it's still full HP, can take a damage from with Focus Sash if it have it, and maybe help Landorus setting up, or maybe Helping Hand Landorus, so that Landorus can deal a lot of damage to Snorlax without Snorlax being able to do anything.
But I think here is that Taufik wants to get as much as information as possible from that Smeargle. Oh, of course, his chance of winning has diminished, but it's not zero. But the Smeargle itself, it's like there's 1,000 ways for you to use Smeargle, but he just forfeited the match because he doesn't want to show his Snorlax.
Yes. A very good choice for Taufik, because by showing the set that your Snorlax brings, Fadli might be able to make some more counterplays for it. If it proves to be a cursed Snorlax, for example, then maybe Fadli still have some breathing room if he brings a special attacker, or if it's a belly drum, maybe Fadli wants to pick up the KO as quick as possible.
And so Fadli is taking the first KO and this best of 3 set. What can you say about Fadli's team, which is very, I'll say, eccentric and unique with the Azumarill, Smeargle, and also Raichu? It's very rare for you to see those 3 Pokemon in this 2018 format.
Yeah, Raichu here is a good choice by taking Raichu aside from Azumarill, because by having them side by side, Raichu here can draw out the Thunderbolt from Tapu Koko, or maybe Z-move Zapdos, taking it away from the Azumarill so that Azumarill can pick up the belly drum safely without being KO'd. And it can, as we can see in the previous game, it can use the fake out, and as you can see here, a King's Rock flinch because of using Fling, and it even provides Azumarill with even more opportunities to set up the belly drum and to attack, because as we know, Azumarill doesn't have the best speed, so it will really need a redirector to do its job well.
And so we are going to the game 2 of this first Swiss round. Again with Taufik and Fadli. We'll be seeing. I'm hoping you'll see some adjustment by Taufik because he really lost it on the very first turn. I'll say he can do something better, and his choice or his card is Mawile.
Okay, Taufik brings a different lead with Mawile and Porygon, maybe opting directly to pressure Fadli with mind games, because in this turn, if Fadli fakes out the Porygon to prevent Trick Room from being set up, then Fadli here will probably take a lot of damage from Mawile. But if Raichu fakes out the Mawile to prevent Mawile from dealing damage to Azumarill, maybe Porygon 2 can safely set up the Trick Room here. And with Azumarill probably not being able to pick up the KO on both Pokemon without setup, this is a very good mind game from Taufik.
Yes, and so right now Mawile decides to Mega Evolve directly, and just to, Mega Evolve, and the fake out is going on to the Mawile, just as the same as the first round. The belly drum is coming in, going to attack, boost the attack by 50% and by 6 stages, munching away a Citrus Berry.
Back to 75% health.
And Mawile's flinch, and
Trick Room is up.
Porygon 2 decides to use Trick Room for now.
Okay, here, Fadli can only hope that using Aqua Jet, Mawile can pick up the KO on Mawile. Azumarill can pick up the KO on Mawile, or otherwise, Mawile here really threaten the Azumarill with the KO with either Iron Head or Play Rough.
Okay, Aqua Jet is going to the Mawile. It's going to hang on, and the Rock Slide is coming in, going to attack both of these two Pokemons. Not so much damage, but the return going to the Azumarill it's not enough to pick up the KO.
Yeah, this is really helped by Landorus switching in on the same turn, because with Landorus intimidating the Mawile, it brings it to -1, although with its ability it's still like a +1. And Mawile switching out to Tapu Fini, maybe to prevent Mawile from being KO'd, because Mawile is still very good in this matchup. And Landorus is
his
out.
answer.
Yeah.
It's his answer to the Azumarill, and also
Raichu switching in to provide more fake out,
pressure,
protect from Azumarill to prevent Porygon from doing damage with return.
But the Ice Beam from the Porygon 2 is going to connect onto the Raichu, dealing some chip amount of damage, and no freezes because there's Tapu Fini.
Because there's Tapu Fini on the field. And we don't know the investments that Fadli gives on his Azumarill, because if it's a rather slow set, maybe it's able to underspeed Tapu Fini under the Trick Room, so that under the Trick Room, Azumarill can move first. But if that's the investment that he put, then Raichu can safely fake out the Porygon, so that Porygon doesn't pick up the KO on Azumarill with return.
Fake out is going onto the Porygon 2 right now. Azumarill uses his frustration onto the Porygon 2, decides to pick up the KO. A strong KO there onto the Porygon 2 because of the Trick Room. Tapu Fini uses Moonblast onto the Azumarill, threatening, and picks up the KO onto the Azumarill, thinking of that Azumarill is the most threatening Pokemon in this game right now.
Yeah. And here, Mawile should be able to be sent out safely, because there's probably no more threat right now other than Landorus. But since it's still in the Trick Room, Fadli would probably want to stall out the Trick Room since the Trick Room might end soon. And with Tapu Fini is able to also pressure Raichu because Raichu probably doesn't bring Protect with its set, but we don't know because Fadli haven't revealed any of the move that Raichu brings other than Fling.
And Fadli is actually withdrawing Raichu. You're going to reset that pressure, fake out pressure. Going to send on the Smeargle once again. And Landorus uses Protect, doesn't want to get any damage. And from any of this Tapu Fini or Mawile uses Iron Head onto the Protected Landorus. Tapu Fini uses Moonblast onto the Protected Landorus
on the
as well, and the twisted damage returns to normal. And so right now, Taufik is in a really pinch position.
Yeah, and right here, Smeargle can bring Fake Out and maybe Fake Out the Tapu Fini to prevent the Muddy Water from coming out. And Landorus can use Earthquake, maybe dealing some damage to his own Smeargle, but it's able to pick up the KO on Mawile and deal some damage on the Tapu Fini.
And Mawile here, just a Smeargle uses Wide Guard, probably doesn't want to get any damage from that Earthquake and also potential Rock Slide from Mawile. Earthquake is going to pick up the KO onto Tapu Fini. If Tapu Fini uses Muddy Water, it's going to be huge. We'll see what will Mawile uses. Tapu Fini uses Taunt onto Smeargle. And so Smeargle right now cannot use any moves.
Yeah, Smeargle is usually a support Pokemon, so it doesn't bring any attacking move other than maybe Fake Out. So here, actually, by taunting Smeargle, this is a very good play from Taufik because Fadli is probably forced to switch out his Smeargle, and Landorus here wouldn't be able to pick up the KO on Tapu Fini, except maybe with Ground DMZ, as we can see on the previous game. With the ground DMZ, maybe it can pick up the KO on Tapu Fini if he fears that the Muddy Water is coming on the next turn. But of course, that can be read too by Taufik, maybe protecting his Fini. As you can see here, switch to Raichu.
Struggle probably just wanna,
stall out the counter.
Tapu Fini uses Tapu Fini uses Heal Pulse onto the Snorlax, going to return that Smeargle, picking up the KO. And so right now, I think that's a free switch in from Taufik for Fadli, and Fadli right now has Intimidate Landorus onto the Snorlax -1, reducing its attack, and also a fake of pressure from the Raichu. And from what I know, Taufik is also very keen into using Misty Surge, Misty Terrain, Swagger from the Tapu Fini onto the Snorlax. But right now, because the Tapu Fini Misty Terrain has gone, he has no option to go for the Swagger onto his Snorlax to raise its attack.
Yeah, and here Landorus switching in, intimidating the Snorlax to -1, which is good for Taufik to prevent more damage from Snorlax. As you can see here, Ground DMZ probably going into the Tapu Fini. As you can see on the previous turns, Tapu Fini doesn't really reveal a lot of moves, so it's probably safe for Fadli to Z-move the Tapu Fini, preventing the Tapu Fini from helping Snorlax with Heal Pulse. And with the Fake Out on the Snorlax, Snorlax wouldn't be able to deal damage at all on this turn.
And that's it, they're picking up the KO, and so right now Snorlax is against these two strong Pokemons, Raichu and also Landorus. Snorlax cannot use any setup because there will be Encore coming from the Raichu, and so Snorlax just uses Protect right now. Probably next turn, Fadli is smiling. He's going for the Fling onto the Snorlax. Landorus uses Rock Slide, hoping to get some flinches, probably. But Snorlax right now lock into the Fling, lock into the Protect if Raichu decides to use the Encore.
Yeah, that's actually a good play from Raichu to Encore into Protect. Or maybe it can bait out with the Fling again this turn. And Landorus probably wants to wants to prevent his Raichu from being KO'd early, because Raichu here proves to be a very annoying Pokemon for Taufik, because as you can see here, an Encore so that it's locked on Protect, and Rock Slide picking up some damage on the Snorlax, and here Fadli can lock that Snorlax forever into Protect.
Yes, and so I think right now Fadli will be winning that second game, and so the defending champion is winning this first Swiss round on this Pokemon-id training circuit 2018 grand final. One step away, one more step going on to reaching the trophy.
Yeah, here Snorlax will probably just want to waste his Protect turns. Yeah, as we can see here, Snorlax can probably use any other moves. And Protect fails because it's his second turn. Nuzzle coming in to paralyze and to make Snorlax not able to use his move sometimes.
But Fadli has revealed most of the moves of the Raichu. Where he actually doesn't need to. He doesn't need to, reveal the moves actually.
And here we can see, although at half health, Snorlax is not activating his berry. So maybe it's not a gluttony Snorlax, maybe a thick fat to be able to take more damage from the likes of Charizard Y or the Heatran, which is popular in the Chalk core lately. You can see here another Encore, locking it into Protect, and Rock Slide coming in, doing some more damage into Snorlax.
And the Z move is going in right now, so Snorlax is using full force Z move, a Z stockpile,
bringing its health back to 100% and increasing its attack by +1 in both defense and special defense. Yeah, this is a very tiring match for both players because they are stalling one another. If Taufik can stall out the Rock Slide from Fadli's Landorus, Landorus is forced to use Earthquake, which Earthquake can pick up the KO on his own Raichu.
But Snorlax is still long onto the Encore. Nuzzle's going in, so little damage. Rock Slide going on to the Landorus and going to do Snorlax. So little damage, and I think this will be Snorlax Encore ended right now. So after this, Raichu is going for another Encore. Yeah, he's going definitely for another Encore right now, and that's already 3 Encores.
3 Encores, yeah.
So 2 more Encores left.
With as you can see here, Landorus is wasting his Protect also. This is good because Fadli here wants to stall out the Protects of the Snorlax too, because when Snorlax ran out of Protect, it will be forced to use Struggle and deals recoil damage to himself. This is a good play from both players.
Landorus uses a Protect again, and Snorlax is paralyzed. And that's actually proven to be good because you save 1 PP.
PP, yeah.
You save 1 pop points.
This is a long and tiring match for both players.
But, okay, Snorlax uses Protect again once again right now. Going to prevent any damage coming out from these 2 Pokemons. Raichu uses Nuzzle again. And Landorus uses Rock Slide right out to the Protected Snorlax. Snorlax Encore ended. And just if the Raichu doesn't have any PP max or PP up to that Raichu, this is the last Encore, and so Taufik probably still have a chance to actually win the game. There it is, the probably last Encore, the 5th Encore from Fadli Putera. We'll see if Landorus uses Rock Slide right now, going for that some chip damage onto the Snorlax.
But we have to remember that Raichu here have Fling, which he haven't used on this match.
Yes.
So Fadli here have another extra turn to stall out against the Snorlax Protect.
Yes, and so right now, with the Encore and Landorus uses Protect right now.
And we have to note here that Landorus haven't shown his final move. He only revealed Earthquake and Rock Slide and Protect. We still have 1 more slot for another move, which may be Super Power. superpower is very, very popular right now between Landers. But if Landers uses superpower too early, that will drop his attack and defense.
And there is the superpowers coming in onto the Snorlax. Have not picked up the KO, and reuses the attack and defense. By one stage, Snorlax is paralyzed, and Snorlax is paralyzed once again.
So yeah, with that superpower dealing quite a lot of damage, probably it's quite safe to say that Fadli have quite sealed the deal on this match.
Yes, Taufik uses Nuzzle again once again. Just going to put a critical chip damage
and
superpower once again. And so right now Fadli is taking away the first game, the 2 games of the Swiss rounds.
Yeah, that is a very good play from both players, with Taufik not easily giving up on his Snorlax, even though Snorlax have already taken quite some damage.
So yeah, I think what do you think about the game that you have watched just now?
Yeah, as I've mentioned before, especially on the second game is very close. As I've said before, Taufik, although he have probably lost the match, as you can see when Fadli have still his Raichu and his Landorus on the field, while Taufik only have his Snorlax. Taufik still plays very, very well to stall out the turns, so that maybe stalling out the rock slides with, rock slide have a 10% chance of missing, so that's added with the Protect 2 that stalls out a lot of rock slides. But
yeah, he actually have a chance of winning, but even though it's really low, he still have the cards.
Pokemon.
He still have the cards, which is the Z stockpile, raising the defense by special defense by 1 stage, and also increasing the HP until full health bar again.
Yeah. That's especially second match is very good, and congratulations for Fadli.
Yeah, congratulations for Fadli. I think we'll be here again soon in another 1 or 2 minutes with the winner Fadli, the winner of the game that you are watching us now, Fadli Putera. So do not go anywhere. Hi trainers. I'm here again with the winner of the match we have won just now. We have just watched just now, Fadli Putera. So how do you feel about your win just now?
To be truthfully honest, it was expected, because as far as I remember, whenever I have Smeargle, Taufik has never beat me. So I think Smeargle is the bane of Taufik's team.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm quite confident.
So after winning the last year's tournament, being the champion, defending champion, do you have a lot of pressure into winning this tournament again, or you have something that it's okay, but I don't win right now. I'm trying to win. I'm trying my best to win. But if I do not win for one reason or another, it's okay. I'll give the other players the chance.
I don't think I'm gonna win this tournament, to be honest, because as you can see, my team is quite one-dimensional. Unlike last year, I have so many variety to my team. The basics of my team is just fake out, set, belly drum, and sweep. Sooner or later, the competitor right here is gonna figure it out, and I think by the time when they do, I'm going home.
But once again, congratulations to Fadli. And do you want to say anything to the viewers or anyone who's watching right now?
Don't use my team, guys. Don't. This is just bad.
Right, guys. Thank you once more. Thank you again for the win. Congratulations again for the win. And so right now, in another next 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be showing the second Swiss round. So do not go anywhere in this channel.